So who of you have tried Filipino food? Go ahead and raise your hand. Oh, okay. We have quite a few that have tried Filipino food. So Filipino food is one of the most underrated cuisines, I think. Journey with me as I show you why you should try Filipino food on your next meal. In my speech, I will talk about what are the influences behind Filipino food, what are the different flavors of Filipino food, and the four must try Filipino foods that will make you joyful after eating it. What are our international influences? The Philippines is a fusion of flavors, drawing influences from Spanish, Malay, Chinese, American, and indigenous roots. When the Malays arrived, they introduced rice cultivation and new spices. The Chinese brought in soy sauce, tofu, and noodles, shaping classics like pancit. The Spanish colonization brought ingredients such as tomatoes, corn, and garlic. The Americans came with canned goods, hot dogs, and hamburgers, which were soon integrated and Filipinized into dishes like our spaghetti Filipino style. Today, Filipino cuisine stands as a reflection of its rich past, blending indigenous traditions with foreign influences to create a taste that's uniquely its own. What are some of the flavors of Filipino cuisine? Salty. Filipino dishes emphasize umami flavors, often brought out using soy sauce that we use in adobo, fish sauce, and fermented shrimp or fish paste, which we often pair with mangoes. Sweet. Filipinos love sweet flavors, evident in dishes like sweet style ham, sweet and sour fish, and marinades such as our pork barbecue skewers. I think some of you are salivating. Sour. The tangy flavor profile, primarily from ingredients like tamarind and vinegar, is the signature taste in sinigang na sampalok, which is one of my favorite meals. Bitter in some regional dishes incorporate bitter flavors, which is incorporated in the ampalaya con carne. Spicy, while not as prevalent as other flavors, certain regions, especially in the southern part of the Philippines, specialize in spicy dishes like Bicol Express. So what are the four must-try foods for beginners? Number one is adobo. The ultimate comfort food is Filipino adobo. Adobo was derived from the Spanish word adobar, meaning marinade. This concoction was a way for ancient Filipinos to preserve their food using vinegar and salt. Its basic ingredients include chicken or pork, vinegar, soy sauce, garlic, and bay leaves. Adobo is like a chameleon, changing its flavors based on the region. Pair it with a hot steamed rice, and it's just heaven. Pancit. Pancit is a traditional noodle dish, our version of chow mein from the Chinese. Pancit comes from the Hokkien term pan ai sit, which translates literally to convenient food. This dish is savory, sweet, with a hint of sourness from the lemon. If you've ever attended a Filipino birthday party, you will definitely see this front and center, as this is often called the birthday noodles, symbolizing good health and long life. The third one is lumpiang Shanghai, which is loved by many people for its crispy exterior and savory filling, and it is a staple in most birthday parties and gatherings. Lumpia is the Filipino term for spring rolls. It is originated from China and was named after the city of Shanghai. This version of lumpia is typically filled with a mixture of pork, carrots, onions, garlic, and other seasonings. This filling is then rolled up in a wrapper made of thin pastry and deep fried until crispy. Yummy. The fourth one is halo halo, which is my favorite dessert. Halo-halo is perhaps the most iconic Filipino dessert, with its colorful presentation of shaved ice, milk, fruits, nuts, beans, gelatins, and more. In fact, the basic list of toppings includes red beans, coconut, jackfruit, banana, ube ice cream, leche flan, and toasted rice. From the Tagalog word mix, that's what halo-halo means. This frozen dessert is meant to be stirred until all the colorful ingredients come together in a delicious parfait. Filipino cuisine is one of the most underrated cuisines. From the savory, salty, sour, and sweet, the vast array of flavors will entice any palate. In conclusion, I talked about the many international influences to the Filipino cuisine, from the Malays to the Chinese to the Spanish and American. I also talked about the many different flavors that are part of our typical Filipino dish. And lastly, I talked about the four basic Filipino foods that you can try today. So you can get acquainted with the Filipino cuisine, which are adobo, pancit, lumpiang Shanghai, and halo-halo. As Filipinos would say, kain na, let's eat. Thank you.